What's going on, everybody? I appreciate all of you hanging out, waiting on the stream to start. For those of you catching the replay, though, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, turn on all notifications when we do these live chats. You can take part right along with us. Random topic today, fragrance and the emotion that they can evoke, basically. I mean, that's not verbatim what's in the title, but it's kind of the premise of what we're going to be discussing here today. On and off throughout, it will be a random live Q&A, but always centered around the topic of fragrance as a whole. And just, some of the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, the beautiful, all the different things that it can bring out of people. Today's video is a good reflection of that. That topic specifically is a good reflection. And this is kind of, I guess, expanding a bit further on what this morning's video was about. So it's great to see everybody. Hit that thumbs up on the way in as you're showing up. We got plenty of people here in the chat already. Just in the first minute, we got 50 people already. I appreciate you guys. As far as sin of the day, Parody Descends Eden. When the wife was hugging on me a little while ago, she's like, that leans a little more feminine than you typically wear, which I didn't realize it was that feminine smelling. Apparently, according to her, it is. She's like, but you smell really good. Came back a little while later to let me know. She's like, I just wanted to let you know that fragrance is all over me now. That stuff smells amazing. What's the name of it again? So, she ended up spraying it on herself and everything. So, again, when I compare it to Elysium, it's a certain tie-in with the woody note and the grapefruit at the top. I keep talking about this fresh white floral feel that I get from it, the feminine lean, even though I don't remember. I need to double check the notes. I don't recall there being any white floral notes in here, but who knows? But that's how it smells to me. Fresh white floral, juicy citrus, soft, very clean smell. And this fresh green leaf feel from this ivy leaf note that it has. Really big fan of this. Again, Elysium's definitely a more masculine fragrance than this. I think it's perfectly unisex. Definitely leans a little feminine, but so much so to the point that my wife even pointed that out. So I was kind of surprised that she said, hey, man, it is what it is. It smells very feminine to her. I'm loving how it smells. I don't give a shit. Man, apparently I smell like a chick. I don't know. Fuck it. I don't care. I smell good. Parody Descends Eden. I would strongly encourage checking that one out. Definitely get a sample if you're concerned with it being too feminine for you. So let's get caught up in the chat real quick. John, good to see you. Chrome Aqua, excellent choice. Jay, good to see you, sir. Manny, wearing Seraphim Red. Somebody got their bottle. I see a lot of people have been getting their bottles. Drew, it has been a while. Bought me Pacific Chill as an early birthday gift. Damn. A lot of apricot in there. I don't know what mango you're talking about. It's loaded with apricot. But tropical fruity fragrance nonetheless. We had loaded down with apricot, my man. Tahitian Chill sprinkled on top, so good. Also got my keys to my first apartment. There's going to be champagne popping and partying tonight. Everyone's welcome, LOL. Hope you and everyone in the chat's having a beautiful day. I indeed am. I hope you are as well. Sounds like you are. Hope everyone else watching is having a great day as well. Glad you got Pacific Chill, though. That's good stuff. Ken, good to see you, sir. Infinity Absolute from Colage. Great Aventus twist. It is indeed. Rest of your day be good. You as well, sir. Always forget how much I enjoy this one. Blue Chanel EDP. Well-rounded, super versatile. Can't go wrong. No sin of the day for Cody. We'll have to catch the replay. Reception and internet is pretty spotty. Yeah, a little in and out over there in Louisiana. Seems like for the most part, everybody I know didn't have too much issue. My mom had one of her screens on her screen and patio messed up, but outside of that, they're good. And I haven't really seen anything from anyone else close to me that's really had any damage or issues. A lot of wind for those in Homa. I don't know about the surrounding areas exactly, but hope everybody made it through good. That, caught the brunt of Hurricane Francine. To an appointment, catch the chat later. Man, Sarah Black Gold. Great choice, man. Great choice. Frankie, good to see you, sir. Oud Mineral. I haven't worn that in a while. Such a good offering from Tom Ford. A different take on aquatic. Percy, good to see you, sir. Wearing 1270 Extreme from Frappin. I've never tried the Extreme. I have the original. It's really good. Really good for the fall that's coming up. Never tried the Extreme, though. Very good to see you, sir. Imperium, phenomenal. Seraphim Red arrived at the house today, so it will be scent of the day tomorrow. I hope you enjoy it, my man. Black Rose for Fuzzman, wearing in honor of my brother Mark, who passed away on this day. May your brother rest in peace, my man. I'm sorry for your loss. Signature Citrine Complete Set, the shave soap, the aftershave splash, the balm, and the fragrance. Now, that's product layering. That's the kind of layering I like. Same exact fragrance, just different products. That's what I'm talking about. I'm big advocate for this stuff. I need more scents from Zaharoff in this balm. This lotion is amazing. Really is. Good stuff. Good to see you. Good to see you, sir. Labola Parfum, all genres. Bob's flexing on everybody with that beautiful tropical fragrance. Aloha to you as well, sir. Kara, good to see you. Myrrh and Tonka with oud and bergamot from Joe Malone on this rainy day in Florida. It was raining early. It's been it was raining all morning into when I went to the gym. When I walked out of the gym, it looked like it did not rain. It's weird how it can rain for 2 or 3 days straight. And as soon as the sun comes out for a little while, it looks like it did not rain. It's sunny. It's warm. It's sun shining outside. Stormed the last 2 days all the way into this morning. Supposed to rain again tomorrow. It's weird how that works. I'm happy it doesn't stay wet, though. Kind of works out. I hate the rain. I understand the rain's a necessity, but I hate the rain. I'm a sneakerhead, so I hate the rain. Molinard Figue EDP, great fragrance. Good evening to you as well, Kevin. My man Josh, Black XS from Paco Rabanne. I've yet to get my nose on that one. It is part of the haul that will finally be here on Saturday. So I do have tracking. It is on the move. And Black XS, I believe that one stayed in the package because it was only like $30-something. So that is indeed in my order. Blockade by Mind Games, I haven't worn in a while. That's amazing. Pro wrestling tees. Pro wrestling's real. People are fake. I'm telling you. How are you? Eros makes me nut, then cry. It's not weird at all. Not fucking weird at all, Jay. Go ahead with your bad self. Libo Paradise Garden, again, great choice. Wes, good to see you, sir. Speaking of Paradise Garden, back-to-back comments. People wearing Paradise Garden. We're getting some of that hurricane down in South Carolina. We got a band supposed to hit us in a little bit. That's the rain that we're supposed to get this evening. So, never tried that one. Dana Malik, my man. Karl Lagerfeld Bois de Vetiver, which I haven't tried. I just have Bois de Yuzu. Afnan 9 a.m. Dive, definitely a good fragrance. Tips and Trips, Chanel L'Homme Sport Super Ligera. I still haven't tried it yet. Montrese, good to see you, big dog. I hope you're doing well. Saga, welcome. Always a pleasure. Excellent discussion topic. Yeah, I mean, at random, at any given moment, even though I'm catching up with the chat, feel free to engage the discussion on certain emotions that certain fragrances just bring out of you, good, bad, or indifferent. And even with some of the stuff, like I knew, that's why I put trigger warning in the thumbnail. Because these are like highly scrutinized releases for this year, the 4 fragrances I discussed. And for it being 4 fragrances, it was a long video because there's a lot to cover. Because it's here's the scrutiny I see, here's my thoughts on it, both things I agree with and things I disagree with. And then when I got to Sauvage Eau Forte, I had a lot to say that, you know, was going to trigger some people. And I did indeed trigger a few. Here was a fun one. This is why I fear our future. This is a young man that commented this. I thought it was quite entertaining that this was, it went automatically to comments for review. Stefan Kicks 2998 said, pussy ass stalker mad because I keeping 100 lame ass old head. I fear for our future. Yep, that's the grammar. I fear for our future if that's the coherent thoughts of the youth of today. Because calling me an old head means he's a young man, and based on the picture, he does look like a young fella. A dumb motherfucker, but a young fella nonetheless. So that's the kind of triggering I was anticipating. And I got what I was looking for, or at least what I expected. That was just the one that was kind of funny to share. Most of it was not really all that bad. Yeah, occasional chip on your shoulder, be more humble. The weak that I trigger, you know, trigger warning, you know, my personality doesn't mesh with weak-minded men. Good afternoon. Good everyone. Sin of the day, Jasada Ambassador. Big fan. Big fan. Hoffman, if he's here, he's a big fan as well. That's a great fragrance. I don't care what anybody says. Mango Sauvage, basically. Roy, good to see you, sir. Raja Apex Parfum. Excellent choice. Too heavy for me to wear that right now. Still waiting for my Seraphim Red to be shipped. George is probably working over. George is doing layovers left and right. George is on his way to Australia. George shipped a ton of packages, and Hercules is going to be handling the rest of that stuff, I'm sure. He's still in the office handling those things. Yeah, George is on his way to Australia. George left yesterday. 4 changing flights. Sounds miserable. I do not envy him. Dumont Nitro Red's a damn good fragrance. Dangerously rocking Ahmed Al-Maghribi Summer Oud, even though it's way too hot for this. Not a summer oud at all, but smells amazing. Hey, as long as you're enjoying it, it's all that really matters, right? I have not smelled the new one. I'm curious on what's different about it from the one that I have. How are you, sir? PDM Haltane, incredible. Newt, always a pleasure, sir. I know you meant eclat. Typos happen. It's part of life. I know what you meant, but I'm glad to see you, my man. Hidden Gems is in the house. Oh, shit. Here we go. Let the verbal boxing begin. My man, we didn't do it. We didn't go at it today on Kix Griffey's IG Live. We were both in the chat, but we didn't get on screen and fuck with each other like we normally do. We were slacking today. Popping in for a moment, but still working out. Gym sin of the day is Derej, I believe by Rasasi. It is indeed. Can't remember. Hope you're having a great workout, my guy. Good to see you. Thanks for coming to say hello. Kill it. Because I did legs today as well. I believe you said you're doing legs, right? Popped in. No, you didn't say what you're working out. You are working out, though. Yeah, I did legs today. You did legs yesterday. My bad. I forgot about that. If you want a more cotton candy sweet-like twist on Baccarat Rouge 540, yeah, absolutely. I'm doing well, sir. My Synodation, another one wearing Super Ligera. I'm liking it more and more. Yeah, I still haven't gotten my nose on it. Hurricane Francine, MFK Oud. Rick's in the house. Synodation so far. Dior Jewels until my package from Zaharov gets here with my circumference and physical realm. All right, sir. Well, I sure hope you enjoy it. I know you're a fan of blue. I'm confident you'll be a fan of red. That is for sure. I hope you're doing well, Rick. Good to see you, Will. All the work, hoping all the well. Hey, you're not on the road yet. Whenever you do get on the road, because I know it's about to happen soon, be careful, my man. Be careful. Spiro Dolce Melodia, I'm jealous. I'm so jealous. I still want a bottle. I'm waiting on it to come back in stock again for Fragrance Buy because they got a good price on it. Good to see you, Mr. Clark. Sean, how are you, sir? Kix Griffey's in the house. Kenzo Pour Homme EDT. Kix Griffey approved. FWO Wolfpack for life. Always a pleasure. Hurricane by Hez Parfums. What's going on, Dame? Bad Boy Cobalt. Man, I don't care what anybody says. That stuff smells amazing. I'm a fan. I'm a fan for life on that fragrance. Once it cools down a little bit, though, I'm going to get the Elixir rolling in the rotation because I do like the Elixir. I think it's a good flanker. Skip on down. Might be able to pull off a deal. One of my Strong With You Intensely's and another designer. Definitely a backup bottle. For Tom Ford Noir Extreme Parfum, would you do it? If you have 2 bottles of Intensely, yeah, because you got a big fragrance collection. You'll never get to that bottle probably. And if you can add something that you do like, why the hell not? I mean, yeah, I think it's a no-brainer personally. Unless you just wear Strong With You Intensely so much that you know you'll get to the backup bottle. I definitely would in that situation. Shout outs to Ken Anderson. Are we talking about Mr. Anderson, Ken Anderson? We're talking that. Oh, because I said pro wrestling is real, people are fake. Yeah, okay. You are talking that Ken Anderson. Okay. The emotions thing, LOL, I just had to, Ross. Well, hey, man, it's all good in the hood. Now, is this the same Jay as King Arrow's Jay, and you just constantly fucking change your avatar all the time in your name and switch it up? Pretty sure it is. It's nice to actually see you. I'm assuming that's actually you instead of the usual Arrows model. Sadly, you can't go wrong there. A masterpiece for Noel. That is a fucking amazing fragrance. I'm not going to pin this stupid ass comment. What I am going to do, because if you want troll stuff and nonsense, boy, are you on the wrong fucking channel. So I'll give you one opportunity. I'm just not going to pin it, but if the dumb shit persists, buy the fuck by, old country boy. Just letting you know now. We're not doing the dumb shit here. There's other channels that welcome that shit. Mine is not one of them. Rick, let these motherfuckers know. Your channel's the place for the BS. You love that kind of stuff. Not here. Not here. Rick's my resident guy that I can run wild. Outside Rick and Jay. Jay's a smart ass too. But as far as trolling other people, saying negative things about others, no, not fucking doing that here. Makes me feel things I never felt before. It literally makes me feel like $1 trillion. Holy shit. That's off the charts. $1 million is nothing at this point, right? Mont Blanc Legend Blue, that's a great fragrance. That's a great fragrance. I don't think it gets enough love. Good to see you, sir. And you are wearing Spice Bomb Night Vision EDT. It is Thursday. That is indeed the norm for you. Anything rose reminds me of my mother, and not the lipsticky rose, the more natural rose. Anything vetiver and patchouli reminds me of my grandfather. Hey, well said. Certain notes and certain fragrances will do that to you, man. They evoke certain memories. I can't smell Elizabeth Arden Red Door without thinking of my grandmother, because that is what she wears to this day. I bought her a bottle for Christmas. She requested that as a Christmas present. Sure, Granny. Absolutely, if you'd like another bottle of Red Door. Of course, I'm the person she asked to get her a perfume. Of course, by all means. She's been wearing that my entire life. It is her go-to. I've hooked her up with other things to expand her horizons, but she is a creature of habit. That is her signature perfume, her signature scent. Elizabeth Arden Red Door. We love a good rant in the chat. That I know y'all do. I know y'all are here for the rants. I'm trying to dial those back these days, unless it's extremely warranted. They're really unnecessary. It doesn't solve anything, even in the moment. If it's going to be entertaining, sure, fuck it. I'm always down for it. If it entertains me, I would like to assume it at least entertains a few of you. I'm always down for that kind of shit, David Beckham Classic. A lot of the David Beckhams are really good. Fleurs Poisé came today. Damn, dude, it's absolutely amazing. Better than I expected. I got to tell you, when it comes to Jacques Foth, I've yet to come across a disappointment, a mediocre fragrance. They just put out good stuff. It's quality stuff. The bottles are nice. The atomizers are really good. The magnetic caps are elite. Good shit, man. Good shit. Aqua de Sal gives me the most realistic sea breeze feeling of any fragrance on a warm day. It's heavenly, and I've never tried that one. I actually have not. As a member of the youth, I can assure you, Ross, his grammar is part of the bottom percent. That's what I would like to think. That's what I'm hoping for. Because look, it's fine, using emojis and all the shit. I get that, but make it make sense, man. I could decrypt what he was trying to say, but it's just like, if you just read it as written, boy, he looks like a dumbass. Thank you, sir. I sure appreciate that. Didn't take as much flack as I anticipated, thankfully. I'm not always looking for, even though I made the Street Profits joke about I want all the smoke, I was talking about smoky nuances. But I anticipated, decent level of smoke from people, and I got a little bit, but it wasn't nothing crazy. People took it in stride because, it's a debate, basically. And I even said in the video, as long as you're not saying something stupid, you say something stupid, hide user from channel and get you the fuck up out of here. But you want to have an actual discussion back and forth, I'm down for that. It's when people start getting wild with me. And you got to remember, just like people read what I write as written and interpret it the way they want to, it's the same thing on my end. It's going to read a certain way, and that's how I'm going to take it. When you can't see facial expressions and intent behind what's being said, you're going to take it as written. And that's very individualistic. Some people take things extremely literal. It's at my detriment that people misinterpret what I'm saying all the time in my comments section. But I get where they're coming from. They're reading it as written. They're taking it a certain way. And like I said, I go through the same thing. So that's why some of the replies are the way they are sometimes. So that's why, let's have a normal conversation. I'm down with that, because you'll notice in the comment section, there's a few of them that are a little salty about it. I don't like it. It's terrible. It's not worth the money. That's all good. It's when the real negativity and the directing comments at character and stuff, that's the kind of stuff we just get up out of there. That is quite the potent fragrance, and I think it's really well done. It makes me have zero interest in red tobacco. I really enjoy that fragrance. Good to see you, sir. Signature Noir. I haven't worn that one in a long time myself. Passion, borderline addiction. But even I can't understand how people are so toxic about things. It brings it out of people. This is something that brings emotion. It really garners emotion out of people. You would like to think it's usually a joyous type of emotion, but there's a lot of tribalism that comes with it. because there's community involved in this space. So when you tie high level passion and emotion with tribalistic cliquey stuff, you're going to get positive things. You're going to get negative things. And usually though there's packs that run together. So it's like, oh, we don't like this today, so let's all run around and talk about how we don't like it. Or we love this today, let's all run around and talk about how we love this. It's both sides of the coin when it comes to that. It really, this hobby, at least how we treat it as a hobby, really pulls a lot out of people. It really does. It's an interesting discussion to have, I think. I wish Justin was here with me. That'd be a great discussion to have with Justin, actually. I talked to Justin this morning, but he's not available right now to get on the live stream. I was falling asleep. I needed some caffeine. I've really cut back on these greatly, but once in a while I need to pick me up. I didn't have a lot of caffeine today. Not a lot of sugars. Like even after my post-workout meal, my body sucked it up like a sponge. So I was literally snoring in my chair, waiting on this live stream to start. And I was like, I need some caffeine. I got to perk up. Good to see you, sir. The Mall Elixir is definitely some good stuff. So definitely Aspen Discovery. A lot of the fragrances that I discussed in yesterday morning's video, the 11 most important fragrances of all time, and it was specifically important to me. Specifically stuff like Light Blue, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, and Aspen Discovery are fragrances like that for me. Aside from that, other fragrances that I would say, like Marc Jacobs Lola, anytime, because she don't wear it much anymore, but early in our relationship, Heidi used to wear that a lot. She still has the bottle and still has a little bit in it, but beautiful bottle presentation, a lot of flair to it. It's a rich, darker, heavier, cool weather scent. Every time I smell that, of course, I think of my wife. Anytime I smell something that's slightly tropical, fruity, floral, really makes me think of Heidi, because that's her go-to, fruity florals. And then since we moved, it's really been tropical, like type fruity florals. Things along the line of Versace red jeans. When I smell that, I think of my mom. She's been wearing that for years. Trying to think what, obviously CK Eternity and Obsession. I think of my dad because that was his two fragrances in the latter portion of his life years ago. That's the main ones. That's the main ones that make me think of specific people. I can't smell Vanilla Oud and not think of Justin, because first time I smelled it was on Justin. And I fell in love with that fragrance. Obviously, I've hyped it 10 Ways to Sunday because I love the way that smells. But thank you for asking. Obviously, I had a few to rattle off. Good to see you, Mo. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not as abundant as you think. It's really not. It's more affiliate links than just outright, here's money, do a video. And as long as you're integral and you stick to your guns on how you want to operate, most brands get it. The ones that don't, you just don't work with. The ones that are like, oh, here's talking points, here's all these, here's this, here's that. Just don't work with them. I've said it many times. A lot of you heard it. I give a shit more about what you guys think than any brand thinks. I'm not willing to sever the relationship with you guys for $1 or to make a brand happy, or even if I like certain fragrances. Like I know Raja Dove gets thrown around a lot. It's like, oh, they send a lot of bottles and people don't say negative things because they don't want the bottle training in. I've said 10 Ways to Sunday how I think Hot Luxe is terrible. Public on other people's channels as well as my own many times. I don't like that fragrance. I've even told the rep, yeah, don't send me that one. I don't like, it's just not my thing. I don't like that one. It does not smell good to me. They don't get mad at me for it. Once in a blue moon, they send me something, and most of the time it's pretty good. The brand is really good as a whole. But whenever something comes along, especially you guys that hang out in the live stream, you see it. When I get random shit, you're going to see on my face how I feel about it. When I get random shit sent to me, most of the time, the stuff that gets sent to me, we do first impression unboxings here on the live stream. So it doesn't get more in the moment than that. And I wear my emotions on my sleeve. It's all over my fucking face. You ain't going to see no lies. You know what I mean? Pet peeve of mine. I hate when I get called a liar because I don't fucking lie to nobody. But yeah, there's misconceptions about these things. Obviously, it's individual to individuals, a different situation, and I can only speak for myself. I can speak on Justin's behalf as well. Nothing fishy about Justin Copeland, I can tell you firsthand, as well as Dedrick, same thing. Nothing fishy at all. I know those two guys extremely well. High integrity guys. That's the people I like to fuck with. High integrity. You got to learn people before you can weed out if they're not like that. You got to learn people's character. Some people can charm you into thinking they're one thing and they turn out to be another. That's happened in this space since I've come into it. But again, misconception on how much of that actually goes on. People think it's much more than it actually is, at least from my stance, from what I see. But again, I can only speak on my behalf for the most part. Again, I can definitely do it on Dedrick and Justin's behalf because I know how good those guys are and how high integrity they are as well. So whoever doesn't want to believe it, oh, fuck you, don't watch. I'm not going to sit here and keep begging you to believe me. I don't care if you believe me or not. You know, you can't change people's perceptions. Whatever they think about you is what they're going to think about you. And if they happen to think something negative of you, oh, well, move on. There's 8 billion people in the world. You know, that's really the only way I can look at it. Versace Pour Homme picked up a 200 ml for 50. Damn, $50. That's normally what 100 mls go for. That's a damn good price. Costco runs these deals, man. They run them deals. Cakes Griffey, good to see you. Just in Door Prestige in Glendale, California, here in the States. Yeah, if you want to check out Zaharoff, you're going to have to go to Zaharoff.com and buy a sample. That's going to be best bet. It's in today's Explorer. That's a good one. I'm definitely going to want to check it out because I'm really digging Brioni. It depends. Do you want a more woody dominant Leighton? Then you need to go with Detour Noir. Whereas North Stag Deux, I find, is trying to be more of a carbon copy to actual Leighton. Whereas I get more woody notes out of Detour Noir. Like it's got a little bit more of a twist. Hitting back. Hell yeah. Woke up and chose peace today instead of violence. Okay. It's more fun when you choose violence. I definitely have fun when you jump on screen with me. On my way home, but I'm tapping in. Haven't looked at the engagement rate yet, but I know we can do better. We can always do better. Can always do better for sure. Alfetti Cedar is beautiful. Good to see you, Christian. I know he'll be live with Dedrick. Speaking of Dedrick, he'll be live with Dedrick in 33 minutes, I believe, 7 o'clock Eastern. It's typically when Dedrick goes live, which is 6 o'clock Central for me. He'll have Christian on, so definitely go check that out, guys. If you want to hear some storytelling and some, I'm sure, checking out a lot of the details and the inspiration behind Sacred Flame, Christian's newest release, I would confidently state that's probably going to be kind of the focal point of the live stream here tonight. And it's great to see Dedrick getting some love. Thank you for doing that with my guy. Dedrick's awesome. I'm thrilled that you're doing that with him, Christian. Dedrick is indeed awesome. Thank you for the super chat. Argo's love triumph over war. Such a beautiful rose. Indeed it is. Well, I mean, let me click refresh. I'm sure he's not wrong. We got 165 in the chat, 72 likes. Less than half. He ain't wrong. His assumption was correct. Hit that thumbs up for me, guys. Even you hate watchers. If you have an active account, you have the ability to like. If you're hate watching, you like me in this channel for one reason or another, whether it be a selfish reason or not. Hit that thumbs up. You like what you're watching. Come on now, guys. Do me that favor. It helps. We ask for the likes because it does genuinely help the engagement on the channel with the algorithms. Passed away early this year, and I bought a bottle. Amazing fragrance worn by an amazing man. Smells like a professional. My go-to rainy day fragrance. I'm sorry for your loss, man. It sounds like you had a really close relationship with your boss, and I've had positions at different places where that was the case. So I can understand the bond being built when you're probably his go-to guy, I'm assuming, in whatever field you guys were in. I'm sorry to hear about that. I'm sorry for your loss, but it sounds like something great is left behind with the tie-in to the fragrance. So thank you for sharing. Honestly, a banger, so versatile. I mean, it's a damn good cheapie. How are you, sir? Oolong Cha is damn good. Light Blue Forever, also damn good. Beautiful grapefruit. Black Seed by Lorenzo Pizzaglia. Okay, I figured. So I'm probably going to have to skip ahead. Patrick, good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Definitely watch replay tomorrow. It's bedtime over here. Great stream for everyone. This is a damn fine community. So Spiro Basso, great fragrance as well. Beautiful citrus fragrance in the vein of Tigars and Elysiums and stuff like that. Thank you, Patrick. Definitely get some rest, and we'll see you soon. So, guys, I'm going to skip down a little bit. 9 months subbed. This is awesome. Some of my favorite content for sure. Question, any opinions, especially you, Ross, on Nishane Tarot? I haven't tried it. I'd love to weigh in. I haven't tried it. I'm hoping somebody else can definitely weigh in for you, my man, but I sure appreciate you. I'm glad you enjoy the content so much. For years before she passed. Thanks for the memory. So much appreciated. Well, I appreciate you, Will. For those of you who didn't know, that FWO hoodie that I got, that custom Fragrance World Order hoodie, that man had that made for me. So some of you haven't seen it. No, maybe another time. Because I got to get caught up in the comments, but it's literally the NWO logo, but it's an F instead of the N. It says fragrance instead of new. He had one made for me and one for Dedrick. It's got my TLTG logo on the hood. I appreciate you, Will. Glad I could unlock the memory for you. Brute, timeless classic. It's straight up cheapy at this point. Killian Black Phantom will be listening as I drive. Be safe. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and skip down. I'm just so far behind. Hey, man. I do like it's still on my hand. I was sniffing it all throughout my workout earlier because I sprayed it in the video this morning. It's been 30-minute fragrance, you know, because that was 8 o'clock this morning that I filmed that video. It's 5:30 now. Survived a few hand washings and everything. It's still there. It's pretty much just a soft musk at this point. I would call it a skin scent, but yes, you heard Rick. Let me enjoy that damn fragrance. Not everybody likes it. I'm in the minority, and I'm cool with that. I just think it's excessive what people have to say. Like the griping of the price point. I could see if you blind bought it, the griping of the price point. But if you ended up not buying it, why are you griping about the price point? Just move on. Like, okay, you don't like it, fuck that fragrance and move on. It's not that hard. People make a hobby out of hating on stuff. That was my point. It's weird to me. I can't relate to the energy. I have it coming. It's coming in my fragrance order from Fragrance Buy. Bottles are so far. They had it in stock. I don't know if they still do, but they had it. Oh, I couldn't even begin to tell you. Thousands of dollars. Thousands. I buy way more than gets sent to me. Shit, I couldn't even tell you, man. Oh, speaking of things that I need to buy. So, let me click refresh to see if anybody else voted. Because not everybody has voted yet. So I wanted to share this with you for any of the members that are here that are eligible for the giveaways and have yet to vote. The polls are indeed up. So for the All-Star tier, what's leading the vote right now is a 60 ml of Myself Le Parfum. And then what's leading the vote on the niche tier is Creed Viking Cologne. So that's what the main prizes are. Obviously, we have additional spins on top of this, but this is the main prize that everybody votes on. That's why I was like, speaking of fragrances I need to buy. Here you go. So right now, unless something changes, we only got 16 Hall of Fame members that have voted so far. We have many more that could vote. And then on the All-Star tier, shoot, we got more than double that haven't voted, double of the votes that haven't voted yet. So I want to let you guys know. Make yourself heard on what I'm going to pick up for the main prize here and get your votes in. I'll let you guys know because I know a lot of the members come hang out on the live streams. Wrong think will not be tolerated. Leave it to Duncan to not make sense. Good to see you, Duncan. I don't know exactly what you meant. Wrong thing will not be tolerated. But even then, I'm still not 100% sure what you were saying. Personally, I think people are jealous, salty of what you achieved in this space at this short amount of time. It's not really that short. It's been over 5 years at this point. But constant videos, lives, and shorts, keep up the hustle, Ross. I appreciate that, Kevin. Thanks, sir. When a fragrance marketed for sex appeal, it plants a seed that can really blow up. Press send on accident, LOL. Didn't finish my comment. That's all good, man. It's all good. Oh, no, I haven't tried the Welch's grape flavor yet. I do want to try it, though. I bet it's going to be delicious. 499 super chat. I appreciate that, sir. Rockin' Percival layered with Valaya, which I've never tried that. Keep up the pressure, bro. Appreciate you, my man. Thanks for the super chat. So we're going to skip on down a little bit more. I get so far behind so easily. It's unbelievable. Kalen, good to see you, my man. Sad day. Selling my BMW in the pick. Leaving the sports car life. Going to a Toyota. Sin of the day, blood, sweat, and tears. Have her full detail for her going away gift. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Trust me, I wasn't happy when I got rid of my Challenger. But the bright side is I know eventually I'm getting a Corvette. So sooner than later, that was the plan. Which I had already got my motorcycle at that point. So when I need speed, not like I can't go fast on something. But sorry to hear that, my man. More masculine tone. I think of her every time I smell it. I will never get rid of that bottle. My man Marcus is in the house wearing Louis Vuitton lovers. Good to see you, sir. Always a pleasure to have you, my man. Appreciate you, Dilly. Thank you, man. Mikey, how are you? Ralph's Club Parfum. I'm assuming you meant biceps looking massive in that thumbnail, my guy. I appreciate that, man. It was leg day. The arms didn't really get any work other than grabbing plates to put on and off equipment. Outside of that, this shirt's a lot tighter than it was the last time I wore it. My wife, I literally said to my wife, I said, I feel like I look like it's sausage case. And she said, no. She said, I like it. And I was like, all right, good. I'm okay then. Because I was like, should I change shirts? I feel like it's a little smaller than it needs to be. And she's like, no, looks good. Leave it on. So all right. Thank you. But it's much tighter. Much tighter than it used to be. So I have grown. Obviously some body fat and some water, but I've definitely put on some muscle quite a bit. Excited for next year. I still got six months until showtime and 4 months left of my off season, technically. The rest of September, October, November, and December, and then we start prep in January. So still got some more time to keep slowly increasing the calories. I've kind of found a sweet spot around 3,400 calories. I've been able to kind of maintain in the balance with the water retention. I haven't put on too much body fat. I've gotten much stronger. My joints are a lot healthier. All the things for anybody that cares. But thank you for the compliment, Mike. I appreciate it, my man. For catching these football games tonight. We appreciate you, sir. Definitely has improved. Yeah, still sitting around 50%. Y'all remember, hit that thumbs up if you haven't entered. Spencer, what's going on, my man? So Red Round logo, seen you were live and said, fuck the video. Hell yeah. Thank you, Spencer. I appreciate that, my man. Testing okay. It's okay. Wife said, wife likes it, and that's what matters to me. Well, you got to like it too. Don't get me wrong. I like to wear stuff my wife enjoys as well, but you got to like it too. You know, you don't want to just bear through a fragrance because your wife enjoys it, you know. So glad you're at least kind of enjoying it. I hope it grows on you a little more. Appreciate you, sir. Welcome. Glad you're able to make it. I was wondering what my sin of the day was. Just remember Midnight Gold from my work scent. So Midnight Gold Mancera, it's such a weird name for what the profile actually is. Quite versatile, fresh rose. Definitely not something I would think would be called Midnight Gold. Rarely wore any fragrance when he did. He wore Stetson Original, dressed to the nines with his boots and hat. Always wears Stetson on his birthday in his honor. Hell yeah, man. The original Stetson. True cowboy scent, right? Makes sense that you wear the boots and the hat for that, and that's what he rocked. My father-in-law wears Stetson too. He rocks boots and jeans and the whole nine, his old country redneck kind of thing. So I get it, man. That's definitely the scent for that. Seraphine Blue, eagerly awaiting Red to arrive. Ross, your nose knows. After being sold out for a while, finally got refucked. Oh, yeah, in a Kool-Aid Man voice. Look, the quality's not the same as Baby Cat, but they nailed the profile. That's what impressed me. I don't know. Collecting fragrances. Wife not happy, but now wife and son stealing my colognes. That's the inevitable. Once they accept that you're going down that path, they start getting into it too. That kind of stuff happens. I haven't tried either one of those. I'm not able to weigh in. I'm not familiar with either. I apologize, man. DJ, good to see you. I saw you scoop that one up. So shout outs to you and shout outs to him. So he posted that on the 2nd. And it was just a sentence, looking to swap BOP for Bloom. And George just happened while he was on his flights. That's why it was at the top of my feed. Just happened to comment, did you ever get any takers? And he's, no, didn't see anything. So I chimed in. I was like, well, look, people like pretty pictures. Just a little bit of text like that's going to get scrolled right on by 99% of the time. Repost it with a picture. All he did was add his picture of his bottle of Business Over Pleasure. Here come Devontae. I'll take it. I'll literally buy a bottle of Bloom and have it shipped directly to you. How's that sound? So he did the swap. He's scooping up a bottle of Business Over Pleasure off the gentleman and buying a bottle of Bloom to send to the man. So that kind of works. I'm glad you're getting it. I know it's going to a good home. It is. That's kind of weird. I think it's because they're temporarily going to a network. Because I also heard when it's going to Netflix, it will be back at 3 hours though. So I don't know. A lot of hearsay, but I think that is official word that it's going to 2 hours for the time being though. Mr. Fragrance Paris said, Eau Forte is like Fleur de Mal and that it's getting panned now, but we appreciate. Justin said the same thing. Because usually a fragrance is worth checking out when it's getting so much both praise and hate, and there's not too many people falling in between. Because it's so different. And because I posed the point that people wanted something different and we got something different. And it was like, but nobody asked for this. Well, they're not necessarily going to give you what you're asking for. They're not listening. LVMH isn't listening directly to the fragrance community. They're looking at market analytics, which is way grander scale than our online fragrance community. It's just a portion of it. And they wanted to try something different. And they wanted to definitely try something different now that they got Francis Kirkjohn. And I think over time, I think it will indeed be appreciated more. Some people are stubborn and they'll want to stick to their guns and not give it another chance. Or some people will have it grow on them and they just won't say anything publicly because they don't want to go back on their word. Like all that stuff's gonna happen. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. If it sells, it'll stay on the market. If it doesn't sell, it'll get discontinued. That's just the reality of it. I enjoy it. Royal Mayfair, nice and minty. That's a good use of eucalyptus. A little citric, green, very musky. It's kind of the first recommendation I bring up for weddings, for spring weddings when somebody asks. I always think Creed, and if it's a warm weather wedding, I think of Royal Mayfair. It has that feel to it, I find. So I'm going to skip on down. Vincent's good to see you, sir. I got to keep on skipping down. I'm sorry about that, guys. I get so far behind. As soon as I stop and talk about something, you're such an active chat. The comments just pile up. Literally for the live stream of George the other day, we had 3,300 comments in the live chat. 3,300. I don't recall seeing that many comments in the past in any of my higher live viewer comments. So I think that might be a record for the channel. I don't know, because I've had them where it's like, 12, 1,300 comments where it was, very active chat. And I would say most of the time, like a day like today, 700, 800, 900 comments, maybe 1,000, might crack 1,000. But to see 3,300 comments, I was like, holy shit, that's a lot. We peaked at like 312 viewers. We averaged 273. We had quite the audience. It was great. I appreciate you guys for that. That's beloved now. I don't know if I would say summer banger, but I don't know if I would say summer. It works in the summer. I like it more in the transitional season, spring and fall. But yeah, it gets a lot of love now. Polo green. Yeah, hell yeah. I love me some polo green. I really do. That's Sephora. I hope it is. I'll spray it on and let you know. Just try it. That's the thing. And look, if you don't like it, you don't like it. Hey, we actually made it to the bottom. I was able to skip down to the bottom. I'm glad you're talking about this. Your explanation is priceless. Thanks. Thank you. I appreciate you. Oh, it looks like it glitched on you and you got doubled. DJ, you lucky son of a gun. Hey, he jumped on it. I knew it would get a little bit of action if he added a picture. And sure enough, had to take it. He started getting other people were commenting, but DJ's the one that got it. How are you, sir? H24 EDP, beautiful fragrance, very green, earthy green and metallic. Sampling Costa Azura Parfum, then though it smells similar to something which is Mancera Udici, which I've never tried. So I got a spray of that on hand. Also very similar. Has a plum note though. Okay, because I love the Costa Azura DNA. The Parfum is the one I would keep of the three that I have. The only one I don't have is the private blend bottle. I have the EDT Costa Azura Aqua. I have the Eau de Parfum signature line and the Parfum signature line. So I have 3 of the 4 that exist. And yeah, the Parfum I think it's not the one I wear the most, but it's the one I like the most. The Aqua is the one I wear the most because it's just so fresh. Good to see you, Scott. Ooh, that's a good one. Scent Journey put out a great fragrance with that. I think that's their best release besides Cocktails and Catamarans. All genres bops. What about the 3-hour or so live with EQ and George? I thought that might have had more. No, live chat comments. Total comments that not really, like actual in the comment section, very different from the live chat. That peaked at shit. Let me look. Because it still shows in the analytics on that specific video what the live chat comments were. Like, just to give you an example, my biggest one with me and Justin, 358,258 views, has 122 comments in the comment section. But in the live chat at the time, it had 709 live chat comments. Because that took 6 months before it took off. You know, but the one with EQ, me, EQ, and George, that's currently got 252,893 views, 1,200 likes, 1,210 likes, and 70 comments. But the live chat had 863 comments, which that's a lot of comments in the live chat. But it was just astronomical with George the other day because we were doing live giveaways. I think was the biggest difference because like the one you're talking about, we didn't have 300 plus live viewers. Whereas the one with George, I did. There's only certain ones where I've had, like the one with me and Justin, we had around 300 live viewers, but the chat wasn't near as active because we weren't doing giveaways. We were covering 68 different fragrances. So we were really engaging in the topic at hand. Yes, it's my least favorite. It's a little synthetic up top. And when I say synthetic, like the oud's very unnatural smelling, smells like a cheap synthetic oud. But as it dries, that's where it gets pretty magical. That's where it's good. It's getting through the opening for me. I prefer the regular EDP, the Essential, and the Eclat to it. It's my least favorite of the bunch. But, I mean, you know my answer. Try to get you a sample. That's the way to do it. Mesa Margiela at the Barbers or Barbershop? Well, my favorite barbershop fragrance to this day is still at the Barbers. I think it's unmatched, personally. Some will disagree, but it's just my taste, in my opinion. I think at the Barbers is quintessential barbershop profile. Royal Grade Taif Rose. I think you'll appreciate it as you love Rose. Maybe. I don't just give my P.O. box to anybody and everybody. No offense. I don't know you at all. And I appreciate you being subscribed and being active in the chat. Most of the time, I don't give my P.O. box to just random people. I'd have to get to know you a little bit. Not saying that you do anything negative with it. I'm very choosy when it comes to the P.O. box. So no offense. We'll see as time unfolds, I guess. It's a we'll see kind of thing. Of course. I haven't looked at the notes. I saw the post with the color of the cap, and I did not read the post because I don't want to know. Because I know at some point Mo will send it my way, and I'm hoping it's better than Lamar Caviar. That was another water-based one that smells good, but not as good as Lamar. Lamar is definitely better. So we'll see. I did. The gray bottle with the rubber strap on the cap, I used to have that one, yeah. I figure my signature scents back in high school in the late 90s. Don't get why Nautica Competition was discontinued. And I never tried the yellow bottle, the reformulation one, but I used to have the gray bottle, the first one. Hey, man, that was during the time I was wearing Chrome. I had a lot of friends wearing Curve. That was the two big ones at the time in my area was Curve and chrome, late 90s, early 2000s, like, you know, my mid to late teens. That's why I mentioned curve, because I had curve, but I wore chrome a lot more. I have curve now. I don't ever wear it. I just kind of have it for nostalgia's sake. It would probably still tie into being a woody fragrance. About the closest thing they have to fresh is Birth of Venus. And they don't really have a freshie. I'd love to see one day, though. Good to see you, sir. Rosa Sloan. Well, Cool Water, that was more like if my brother was telling the story, it would have been for him, because that was my brother's signature scent through most of my life. Whereas I love Cool Water, but it wasn't a monumental fragrance along the timeline. That's why it wasn't in the 11. Already watched it twice. Well, damn, I appreciate that. But it'll definitely be one of those pieces of content that gets replay after replay. Not really. I don't expect a high replay value because it involved live giveaways. And if it's not live, nobody's going to want to click it. I think because the appeal to it is still going to get some replay, but not the kind of replay where if it was a specific topic centered around a number of fragrances, because the big drawing point was the live giveaways. You know, it'll still get some views over time, but not like the one with me and EQ or some of the ones with me and Justin. Not like those do. They won't do anything like that. I'd be amazed. I think the likelihood's very small. So you're going to want to go to type in TLTG Review the Reviewer. It's an interview that George did with me years ago on the Zaharoff channel. And I tell the full story of where it started and how it got to where it is. Thank you for asking. Emailed him some time. Where's the other day? And he replied with something very generous in return. So yeah, George is a great guy. He really is. And Sarah, Holiday, closer to Virgin Island. It's closer to Vanilla Vibes than Virgin Island water. It's not as the kind of coconut you would think. Virgin Island water is very much like a tropical drink, more of the pina colada style, whereas Vanilla Vibes and Holidays, more of a beachy sunscreen kind of thing. Very different coconut fragrances from Virgin Island water. Indeed. Cosmic Pepper, great versatile fragrance. That's one of the better releases in recent years. Curve was my first fragrance. That's for a lot of people. Man. Spice Bomb Infrared, currently wearing it. Want to get her to smell the EDP. The EDP is my favorite. I love it. Liquid Brune, I will get to try sooner than later. Metal Box still gets me. My dad used to spray me and my brother. No problem. I can. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for being a good sport about it. I appreciate that. Not yet. He called me this morning when he was at the airport on one of his connecting flights. It was it right before I went to the gym? No, it was while I was at the gym. I talked to him for like 4 or 5 minutes. It wasn't long. A little bit of late. Him and Antonio were getting something to eat. They were whatever restaurant at the airport for their connecting flight. I know he's been to Frankfurt already, and I think he was at his second stopover when I talked to him. This was 5 hours ago, roughly, that I talked to him. So, because he had four stopovers that he was having to switch planes all the way to Australia. Talk about a day's adventure, you know. Qualify as repeated replays. Certain videos on your channel I've watched like 10 plus. Well, damn, Jared. I appreciate the love, sir. Thank you. On his channel. Okay, I was about to say, because Jared's been on live. He's been on here before. He's been in my member streams a few times, and he's been on with Dedrick. He's been on with Dedrick a bunch of times. Good to see you, sir. Intense to Drap Wazé is damn good. Where did I buy what? Oh, from Fragrance Buy. Yeah, from Fragrance Buy. Zaharoff Rosé, Sin of the Night, Business Over Pleasure. Well, Luis, you go ahead with your fucking bad self. That is, there's going to be bias here because Rosé, I think, is a masterpiece, and then Business Over Pleasure is my own creation with Claude. You're the best smelling guy in the fucking chat today. I mean, sorry. I don't care who doesn't agree with me. That's how I really feel right now, man. What a 1-2 punch. My God, Luis. I appreciate the love, man. God, you're killing it, man. You are killing it. Rosé and Business Over Pleasure. Fuck. Those that know, I guess is what we'll say. Damn, man. Porthole versus Carasso Bay. I think Porthole in this situation. That's some home run tropical fragrances right there. But the balance of going from salty tropical fruit, breezy area aquatic, to waterlogged marina kind of thing going on with Porthole, the way it nuances and develops makes it the better fragrance. They both smell great, but the way that Porthole develops is what makes it the better fragrance, I think. It smells amazing, and it just, like I said, the development, it changes greatly through 3 stages, I would say, total. Got to catch the replay. Not sure why YouTube didn't send me notifications out today. They're bad about that. It happens all the time. Hashtag Team Lamari Porthole. Cool Water's a teen. Did not know the excellence in my possession. I mean, that's greatness right there. Hoffman, good to see you, sir. YSL Alone, the original. That's modern perfection. I don't care what anybody says. It's one of the best modern men's fragrance DNAs to come out. This hair has great bottles. The magnetic cap, pressurized atomizer, and a clean aesthetic bottle. I agree wholeheartedly. We got Amberful right here, one of my favorite releases of the year. Magnetic caps are strong, and the pressurized atomizers are legit. They feel good in hand. They stack well on shelves. They always perform. They smell good, all of them. It's got to be to your taste, basically. There's a lot of variety. None of them are crazy expensive when you get them from discounters. Love me some Mancera. Lacoste Essential. That's a classic. Went back and laid my nose on Intense Drapoise after that infamous live stream, and it was actually much better than I remembered. Probably had to partially do with maceration. Maceration does change it a bit. Fragrance X has a sale going on. There you go, guys. You guys remember Fragrance X is still a discounter. They don't really get any love anymore because they were never the best place with pricing. Joma Shop, Fragrance Buy, even Fragrance Net, places like that really like shut them out the game. Order Fragrance and so on. There's a bunch of really good ones. Perfume Box been killing it. Teenage years had 2 fragrances, Cool Water and Bleu de Chanel EDT. So if your teenage years involve Bleu de Chanel EDT, you're a younger man than I thought, Noel. You must be in your early 20s, early to mid 20s, I would say. Believe it or not, Pete and Pedro Rebel's a fragrance that reignited my love. Well, go ahead, Aaron Marino. Mount Rushmore, the 4th spot, is up for debate. The price, Carasso Bay might be the winner for me. Do you find it similar to French Riviera? I know Mike brought that up last night in his live stream, Fragrance Fraternity. Yeah, there's an argument for that. There's a lot of similarity. If I had to pick between the two, I would go with French Riviera. It doesn't have as much of the sunscreen thing going on, like the creamy florals. It's not as intense, whereas you have a little bit of creamy florals in French Riviera, but you got a lot more frangipani and stuff like that. This thickness to it. It's much fruitier. Like there's similarity, but there's subtle differences too. Redundant to have both, sure, but like I said when I jumped on his screen last night, yeah, you need both. What the hell? Live a little when it comes to those two, at least in my opinion. Going to be redundant. Don't listen to me. Listen to your gut. Because I'll tell you get them both because I love them both. I think they're both great. But there's some redundancy. Bear Lassus, yeah. Old school aromatic fougere meets modern aromatic fougere. Kind of marries both worlds. You get some of those modern synthetics with that timeless profile. Hell yeah. I mean, Amberful's in stock, like $100 in Fragrance World. Fragrance Buy. Intense Red Tobacco from Mancera. Speaking of, that's like right around $90 something, $100 at this point. That's a quick answer for me. Intense Red Tobacco. Elite level magnetic caps. I'm telling you, man. Jacques Fath. They got it going on. Therapy for daylight robbery. Didn't want to pick it up till summer, but couldn't let it pass. Hey, sometimes pricing will get you like that, where it's like, well, shit, I have to buy it. That's what happened with me getting original Vetiver and Viking Cologne. It was like $309 out the door. Okay, I'll take them. Why not? Got to thinking, no one in my life wore fragrances when I was growing up, but now my fiance, parents, siblings, coworkers, all into it now. Creating memories is one of the best feelings. Indeed. That are like Mandarino di Amalfi, specifically the way that one smells, nothing reminds me of it specifically, the way the orange and the white florals come across. I'm not saying there aren't fragrances that do a similar profile. None come to mind immediately, though. I have Mandarino di Amalfi Aqua, the EDT, and it's beautiful. That's one of the best openings that I have on that wall shelves full of fragrances. Maybe somebody in the chat could give you a recommendation, because nothing specifically comes to mind that I think is really close to it. I couldn't even tell you. I have no idea. I'd have to do a count. It's over 2,000 at this point. It's in the range of 2,000 bottles. And on top of that, dollar amount, who knows? A lot, a shitload, a lot. Some do because of the lavender outside of my elbows. A lot of meditative ingredients. The myrrh, for example, incense, lavender. Yeah, makes sense. For other people, makes it even better. Indeed, indeed. So Dedric's stream should be starting with Christian right now. So instead of doing the usual hour and a half, we're going to go ahead and shut it down at an hour. So if you want to check out what Christian has to say about his new release and check out Dedric, show a little love over there, definitely head over to Dedric Hicks Jr. Le Male Parfum, great fragrance, powdery, spicy, ambery, nice and floral. Was Polo still have a part bottle from the early 80s? I wear it to remember the carefree days of school. Yeah, adulthood sucks sometimes, right? All the responsibility that comes with this shit. So I appreciate all of you come and join me for a random, candid conversation about fragrance and emotion and all the emotion it can bring and the memories and such. And just random chat on top of that. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you to everybody that gave super chats, renewed memberships, and so on. I really appreciate it. Tomorrow's video, I'm not sure. We'll see what I film tomorrow. And as far as tomorrow's live stream, up in the air. We'll see how the day goes. I may or may not be able to go live tomorrow. So make sure you got notifications turned on. I can't guarantee YouTube will let you know, but I'll set it up if I can. So thank you guys for coming hang out. Make sure to like the stream before you leave. Check out today's video if you haven't yet. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.